After our crazy little rampage with HK-47 last time on our Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, let's get back to actually doing this area and, doing what we were supposed to be doing here, which is picking up some side quests. The purpose of this area, more or less, is you have to go through side quests, and there are a couple that matter, and once you've completed enough of them, the exchange takes notice of you, either because you're screwing with their operations or because you're helping them. And so, if you just do the things that are available here, then they will essentially you'll get a cutscene and the plot will progress. But there's not really any sort of way to speed past it. One of the things I did last time with HK-47 did affect that process. The Ithorian I killed is part of that. So, he's not real important. I did mention it last time, he did drop a piece of another quest, though, so I'll leave it at that. These Mandalorians are part of a later quest. I'm not going to do anything with them just yet. And skip that. And just random stuff here. This Bith here is also part of a quest that I'm going to wait on doing for a little while. But, Oh, I guess we never looted the Ithorian. And he drops a cryogenic power cell, which is essentially can be used for two different things. One of which is really, you can do with a computer spike, and one of which is a quest you can't otherwise. It's the only way to complete it. So. This dude here, Lutra, has one of the quests that matter for the side missions.
I don't know who you are, but you picked the wrong room to break into.
Okay, and you can also kill him for dark side points and influence with HK-47. I'm going to avoid it because he has things that I want to do.
No harm done. For a minute, I thought you might have been someone else. My wife, Ada. There's a chance she may be here on Nar Shaddaa. A lot of refugees ended up here after the Jedi Civil War. I came here to see if I could track her down. Thing is, I can't get into the refugee sector. And even if I could, I'm not sure I could find her. I've been here for weeks, hoping to see her face. All I've done is watch my credits burn away to nothing. The exchange has got the place barricaded with thugs. They're putting the squeeze on the whole sector, trying to crush the spirit out of the remaining refugees. Now I'm almost cleaned out. I burned the last of my fuel and my freight just getting here. The exchange promised me a job shuttling freight via cargo cruiser, and I'm close to taking them up on it.
You can actually persuade him to take it and resolve it right here, but we're going to do the light side version of this quest, which actually involves going and finding his wife.
Yeah? And what's it going to cost me?
And, we're just being generous.
Well, I'm not going to turn away an offer of help. All right, stranger. If you can find her, then you'll have my thanks.
And it's a fairly simple quest, and it does what we have to do, something we wanted to do anyways for it, so. There's a door here, and there's a hidden door at the back side here. You can't do anything with it yet. It will become relevant later. But, you know what? I'm just going to pick up this Bith's quest, because I'm here. And the short version is, he can hear a sound, he's trying to figure out what it is. And, more or less what he wants me to do is, okay, and he doesn't know anything about it. And, more or less he just wants you to go on a basic little fetch quest to go pick up another piece of equipment that's going to help him nail down what this signal is. Okay. And he says to go out to Docking Bay 3. But on our way out there, we
looks like the Jedi raised their standards. Hanhar. I thought I smelled something. I've told you before, hunt your own targets. Don't scavenge mine.
And apparently these two have a long relationship.
What, working for the Hutt suddenly made you stupider, Hanhar? You touch me, you'll break the truce. And then you won't last long enough to slip off this moon.
Now there's this whole bounty hunter truce that Goto put in place so that they can't attack each other, or they're not supposed to. And apparently he has a life debt to her, and he has a strange way of showing it.
Don't, Hanhar. I'm warning you.
And, we'll get into the history of why this matters later.
I don't want your life debt, Hanhar. I told you. Yeah, you're right. I'm afraid. I'm afraid if you keep crushing me, I'll accidentally set off my rocket charges and pull us both to Nalhada. I'd rather die than be caught by you again, Hanhar.
And he says, well, it's not time for me to kill you. I don't know why he backs off at this point, but I guess the truce is still somewhat on his mind. Anyway, to the left here is the Jek Tar. We're not going to go in there for a while, but here's the Twi'lek we were supposed to meet. And, the door closes ominously. And the cleaning droid attacks us. Oh, he made his save.
More where that came
Didn't make that save.
from.
Not exactly what I'd call a powerhouse of an enemy. This cylinder here has maneuvering flaps, which is the third part of for a later quest. The energy cell that we picked up from the Ithorian is one. That airspeeder interface that we picked up way back from the guy's shop is the third. And so with those three we can complete that, and that's in the refugee sector proper. Let's see if we can actually talk to his squidliness a little bit. And you can ask him about Goto. And apparently they hate each other. And he's interrupting with Voga the Hutt's trade business. And we can ask him about a new fuel source for Citadel Station, because Slug here deals in fuel. And more or less he says that if you deal with Goto, he will sell it. And you can say you just want to make sure Telos has fuel. Okay. And then we just walk out of here. And more or less, that's that side quest for Lieutenant Gren to
Just say the
find
word.
another fuel source for Peragus. Or no, to replace Peragus. Sorry. There's a locked door here, and there's a paired locked door. There's not actually anything back here, though. So, you can get XP for picking locks, though, so I'm just going to pick locks for the sake of picking locks. And I'm going to meet you back at the south side of the main area of the Nar Shaddaa. That cleaning droid had some interesting items, including this droid anatomy library and droid warfare upgrade. Warfare upgrade you could realistically hang on to. It's one of the better upgrade items for a droid. It gives +2 attack, it gives +2 constitution, gives specialization. I'm not really going to use HK-47 all that much, but if you do plan on using him, this is a very good item. This anatomy library is, I guess, okay from a standpoint of just looking at what else you can equip in that slot. Mostly the only thing that you can equip in that slot are skill bonuses. So, maybe that's not an item you want to get rid of. But for me, don't intend to use either. And the warfare upgrade is worth 640 components and a lot of money. And the anatomy library is worth 900 components or a lot of money. And I really, at this point, I have very few components. The toxin emitter he has is also worth something, but I have very few components. So now that I've broken all that down, I have like 1,700 components to work with, and I can start really putting my skills to use to upgrading my equipment to be good rather than just sort of what I'm limited to what I can make. So I'm going to do that off screen. Sadly, even with all of that, even with almost 2,000 components worth of stuff, I still don't have enough to really fully upgrade everything. But we're much better off than we were before. So this lightsaber is now getting almost disgustingly powerful. It won't get actually all that much stronger even throughout the game. There's some better crystals to put in it, I guess. That's all the time we have for today, though. Next time, we go deal with the refugee sector.